teams I remember was, of course, the old LDLC of Happy. And this is actually one of the reasons why I think Happy is such an amazing leader, is because he switched the styles so dramatically compared to that old team and to his new team, which is, of course, you don't want to waste the individual skills, so he's using that to the max. So it's going to be interesting to see how LGB plays out here. But we will be jumping into the pistol. We have LGB on the CT side and Fnatic on the T side, and they are looking like they want to pressure into B storage a little bit here.
Yeah, and this is a good read as well by LGB. They have a lot of heavy rotation towards B, playing 3 guys over to that bomb side and playing for the retake on A. And Rubino is going to get the better of the first guy here in mid.
So Trey's coming in, and we're having a big rotation from LGB as well. They've left A and middle completely at the moment, and the bomb, as we can see, for Fnatic is still actually down in middle. So they have a lot of options to play with, and LGB panicking a little bit, maybe a bit of an overreaction from them there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they were in a prime position. Luckily, you can see that Fnatic is rotating back. They need some map control. They were locked into this B area, and they were like closed in. They didn't know if LGB was stacked. That's why they moved back.
So still, it's quite interesting to see how much of the time Fnatic are using to their advantage. They've pushed back into the vent room now. They're moving their way in onto that B bomb site, coming back as far as right onto the bomb site now, as LGB just completely removed all their players there. So much rotation, it's really hurting them, as we have Flusher and JW in a 2-on-2. The bomb is going down at the back of the site, and they've got great post-plant positions here. And we have Rain, now the last man standing, does pop JW's head, so one-on-one Flusher, sitting there ready and waiting. Gonna try to play the time now as that bomb ticks away, but oh, there it is. Rain will peek, and Flusher just gets the snap in time, and we'll have the first round going to Fnatic.
Yeah, great play by Flusher. I don't know, when you see him in these kind of one-on-one situations, you just have the feeling that he's going to go out on top 9 out of 10 times. His aim is incredibly strong, and he just has a very good awareness of when to peek, when to jiggle peek, and when to actually just go for the complete hiding positions, and he's just great in these situations.
And now we're going to see that force spike coming from LGB, or rather, just going to try and destroy Fnatic's economy if they can get all those weapons in already. That's going to be a great start for the round with that dig of Michaelele, the new addition, replacing Zevis once again. And Fnatic, they're taking it a little bit slower now, a little bit worried. And there's 3 players here around the B bomb site, so LGB look good to set up against any aggression into this bomb site.
This is a great position, but Jacob should get at least the first kill coming in here. And it's the prime position, he's going to go for it. Yes, he's going to get it. Trades are coming in.
It is actually looking quite good for Fnatic now. They've got the bomb down, but the problem is losing 2 members already, and LGB potentially going to be able to pick up maybe 1 more on an exit. That's going to be a decent result for them, but still it's looking quite difficult, as Polly is the last man standing for them, and he is going to get eliminated by Pronax. So it looks like they've minimized the damage for quite effectively, only losing 2 men. And after that 1D from Michaelele, it's definitely going to be a sigh of relief breathed from them.
Yeah, and I kind of felt that after we saw Michaelele get that 1D gun to the first guy entering the B lobby, and we saw Jacob's position, we knew that Michaelele was still on the side, and they even had Rubino hiding on another position in the side. I felt that could go terribly wrong for Fnatic, but some way they just turned out to only lose the first 2 guys, and that was actually a pretty good play by them.
Yeah, it's, I like how well Fnatic always control situations. They look so solid as a unit. They never worry, and they never overreact. And right now in this, they know it's just a full eco from LGB. They've got no investment at all after that pistol armor buy-up, and Fnatic just slowly moving their way in. But that's actually JW completely just alone there out on short, and that's going to be a weapon picked up there for Rubino as Olafmeister goes and tries to take him down, and he will pick up the kill onto Rubino. So no AK in play now for LGB as we have a 4-on-2. So looks like, once again, a quick little frag from LGB, but Fnatic, as always, stabilizing in this situation.
Oh, that's some great setting right here for Michaelele. Just slowly, not overextending, not starting to spray, just controlling everything. You could see that, I think it was Pronax dying to him. He was kind of in an off position, not really being able to move away. So just very nice and controlled by Michaelele. Interesting to see from the CT side is that obviously due to the force buy in the second round, they're not going to be able to afford AWPs, while JW has one. So that's kind of an edge to give to Fnatic in this first weapon round.
All right, so let's see if he's going to be able to pull anything off with this. We are going to see that they have the kind of split and pick style going on, although with 3 members now for Fnatic into the B storage area as they try to see if they can get a quick little pick here. Maybe push the players of LGB back a little bit onto the site. Michaelele is the only one there, and once again, lots of movement here from LGB. We're seeing 2 players.
This is so interesting. The way of taking middle by taking control of the B vent room and then boosting 1 guy into mid. I love that.
I have to say, I haven't really seen that commonly from teams. Sometimes you see it as a panic move when they're
Yeah.
rushing B and say, oh, I can't get into site, let's boost out. But that's actually, that's a really good thing to note.
Yeah.
Nice to pick that one up, and they're not going to get anything from it. So LGB, there's so much movement. That's what's surprising me from them at the moment.
Yeah, and Frex are going on over the at the A bomb side, and I believe one on the B bomb side as well. They just open up the map. Poly is in a very great position to take down any incoming Series member to this A bomb side, but Flushy right now just looking to try and force the rotation. And what the Fnatic is going to go for now is going to try to group up. Don't really agree with this move by Poly. I mean, he should be able to hold that position by himself, being boosted. I think he was maybe scared of someone coming up from mid.
Okay, well, Pronax is up on the B bomb site now, going to spray down Rubino, so the A bomb site, as trades are going to come in, but the bomb will go down. That's the man advantage as well for Fnatic, as we have JKM going up short now. Is smoked off, so Fnatic all the nades and positions to play with. Going to use the ladder very effectively. A little bit of movement there, but he will get caught off. Pronax moving around the smoke, very nicely done by him. And one question I have actually is, we are seeing a huge amount of movement and rotations constantly from LGB. Why do you think they're going for this, or what's going on? What's going on with that?
Yeah, in this specific case, actually, I don't think they had that much control over the map, so they were kind of scared for these executes coming in for Fnatic. Fnatic being extremely patient and just waiting out, but you could see that they got one kill on B and one on A, and I think LGB was just confused about where Fnatic was actually going to hit in the end.
Well, we are going to see a bit of a mid-take coming in from Fnatic, and Olaf Meister going to be locking that down quite well. And lots of abuse there from Flush with that Tech 9 towards B story. Just going to start thinning out the numbers of LGB as they only have Poly and JKM left. So Fnatic with a really strong start at the moment. And it's going to be hard for LGB to get themselves back in this if they're not able to take the next buy round that's going to be coming up. And do you have any thoughts on where the edge could be found for LGB, or what adjustment would be the best in your eyes for them?
I think they should put more emphasis on one part of the map instead of spreading out in a default 2-1-2. So what I would do is try to flash peek in main, maybe get one of those double A door push. Maybe even pushing Flusher back on B, because you know he's always going to try to play that solo. And I mean, if they're just going to wait back, okay, obviously they have the double AWP setup, so they have the possibility of waiting a bit more now. And if you have a good spawn on this map, you can lock down an entire part of the map alone, and that's what Poly is looking to do.
All right, so let's see if this goes well for them. Michael Ellie will open it up with that frag onto JW. So now it's potentially down to Poly to secure himself a pick there, but Flush is going to annihilate him, and that's going to be a lot of issues now experienced by LGB, who might be feeling that they need to get some information or some rotations down, because Olaf Meister's moving into mid. He's got that under control. They've got opportunities to go for that split on B right now, and that might be what LGB are afraid of, but they're so locked out of middle. How do they find out what's going on here?
Yeah, they just split up like to utter destruction, and he's going to be alone on this B-bomb side against 3 or 4 incoming members. It's going to be difficult.
There's the fire coming in. That's actually going to burn Jacob a little bit, and he is going to pick up the frag against Pronax. Where's the trade? There it is. Krems will pick it up as Rubino is going to try to do some damage to the players, moving in for the split movement through middle. However, Fnatic will get the bomb down safely, and Rain is probably thinking about getting the save going here, because they've been going for that double AWP full buy there, and it's definitely quite damaging to the economy despite having all the money to play with from the bonus.
Great grenade. But the thing I want to point out for this round was that we saw Michael Lilly getting that entry onto JW in the middle area. Yeah. Then we went over to Poly. We saw that he was getting flashed away, and instead of going for the opposite way and going left around that corner and being in a different position, he actually repeated, where Flushy had a big advantage from crushing that area without Poly having any information due to being flashed. So that was kind of a small mistake, but which actually turned out to be a huge advantage for Fnatic getting that trade, because LGB was in a prime position, 5-on-4, controlling mid and controlling B, like very aggressive.
Yeah, and it's going to be, once again, just buys after buys after buys for them, and it's a really hard situation, isn't it, when Fnatic are they're essentially just getting the better of them on just these individual trades consistently at the moment over time. And we're going to have a bit of a main movement from Fnatic this time. They haven't done this all that much, but LGB, as you say, they haven't really been going for the pop flash into a main to take that control or get the peak. So, maybe we're going to see just that. Here we go. And there it is. It's going to be Rainy's out there in the smoke, but it looks like he was sent to his death, as Olaf Meister did catch him off guard there. So More kills coming in, and again, just these one-on-ones just consistently being won by these players from Fnatic. And now it's down to Michael and Rubino to save the round, but once again, this next round, they're not going to have the best buy ever, so Michael definitely is better served saving this AWP, as it will not see the light of the next round if he's not able to do that.
Yeah, and they're hungry for getting this AWP away from him, and it's going to be interesting to see how many kills he's going to get with it. I mean, Fnatic's economy obviously extremely strong at this moment, leading 6-0, close to up to 7-0. He's just very good with these like aggressive peaks when people come by close. And I mean, he's one of those AWPs who just has the mechanics and has like the reflexes to do this kind of stuff. You would see a lot of other AWP players, especially the ones who are secondary, to miss these close-up no-scopes and the quick scopes and all that. But Michael is just extremely strong with that.
And we can see that they had just not enough money to buy this. That's really frustrating for LGB, just losing round after round after round to Fnatic. So they're so dominant of Fnatic. It's so scary how consistent they are, and the pistol armor it's gonna be hard for them to get any damage done. And Fnatic's economy is gonna be so good at this point that even just doing economic damage doesn't really help LGB. They just need rounds at this point. And we have this stack towards the B bomb site for them. So I actually like this gamble for them because they can play for exits otherwise, and just see if they can get some Fnatic players dead at the very least.
And here they just flash peeked into the B and found out that no one was near B, so they're going to try to force the rotation over to A. I'm not sure if they're going to have time before the execute comes in. And that could actually be a disaster, because if coming in this late into an execute, they're just going to be like out of position with their pistols and not going to get anything out of it. Though you said that if they stick to the B bomb side and they didn't come B, they could go for exit, you know? Like lock down when they were forced to rotate away from the bump. This was just like in between and just went totally wrong.
Yeah, just went for it on some frags. I guess it's like they might be even forgetting what it's like to even make some frags at this point.
Yeah.
But the double AWP is coming in again, so maybe they can find better luck with that. I mean, it is kind of a high-risk setup because it's so expensive, but high reward as well, as it can really lock down teams that are good at those kind of split and pick style plays, if that's what they want to do. But at the moment, Fnatic, they're not even really playing that much kind of split and pick. They just... Oh, okay. That's a nice little bit of spam there from Rain, but we are going to have Fnatic moving together into B now, so can they hold it here?
This is a good question. I mean, Michael is going to try to draw attention for Jakim, and Jakim should turn around very soon, else he's going to get punished.
Very nice there from JKM on the flank, and the rotation will come in from LGB, as JKM is going to get some more potentially, but no, Crims will pick up his next kill. That's 2 for him in this round, and JW comes in with 1 onto Poly at CT, and things are looking better for Fnatic now. JW getting another 2-on-1, as JW and Crims there at 2 frags apiece, but Rubino might just catch one here. There he goes for the drop, picks up JW. Crims is low, but Rubino is not going to get the better of that one. He gets caught off guard, and that's a 9-0 scoreline now for Fnatic.
But like once again, actually LGB has a prime position. They get the entry. This time a bit lucky with the spray through the smoke in A main, and then Jakim gets one as well in the entrance to B, and still somehow they manage just to lose these kind of rounds. And I don't know. I think it's not fun to say while casting a game, but I think it's already game over. I mean, 9 rounds already for Fnatic. And what I'm really noticing is that it's not like Fnatic get like lucky rounds. It just seems like they outplay them individually, right?
It just looks so consistent. Yeah, completely. Just good team play. Like, it's very strong, consistent fundamentals of Counter-Strike. LGB are a T-sided team that's like much better at picking up those kinds of rounds. But Fnatic, the best team in the world, they're really showing it here, just with solid fundamentals. And once again, LGB, we're going to see them now 4 versus 4. So things not looking so bad here. There it is. Couple frags coming in. JW now close to the bomb plant, as we have Michael Elliott once again saving with JKM on the other side of the map. So it doesn't seem like it's much of a contest, does it really? And
no.
One thing I have to ask you actually, on Cash we're starting to see a little bit of change to the meta. So it used to be a long time ago, back in before Cali took a vacation, we had the double AWP meta set by Titan in those times. And it did stick around for quite a while, and we did have this... it was very common for teams to have 2 strong AWPers, and then they would like to use this setup. We're seeing LGB go to this setup, but I'm seeing this less and less with the very top teams. Usually they just get 1 AWP these days.
That's true. Like actually, I'm not sure that it was us started it, but in mouse sports, in my time at ESL Katowice, the year before this one, me and Christian started to do it a lot, and we had like a lot of success with it, like online. kind of went terribly wrong at LAN, but I think that's kind of kind of what to say as well with the economy of it. You know, you tried to explain it before. It's such a heavy investment that it could go terribly wrong, and for some teams, it depends on how they play. Because if you play against a very like peak-heavy team, then you can destroy them because it's important to win all those battles against AWPs. But if you play against a heavy execute team, then it's just like not that good to go for all the retakes with the AWPs and such.
And it does seem like Fnatic are doing quite a good mix of the two styles at the moment, because we do see a little bit of picking, but they always bring it back into a tight, not necessarily like a strict execute, but some team play into some very basic executes. In fact, Fnatic are keeping it so simple. We haven't seen any heavy executes from them really. Just good team play, moving in with these grenades. And it's another clean out here for Fnatic. They only lose a couple members, and LGB are getting some kills, but it's always at the cost of the entire bomb site and the plants, so it's never really all that close at the moment. 11-0. We might be going into a 16-0, Casper. What do you think?
I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy watching this massacre. It's just insane. But actually, to pick up on what you said about Fnatic, that they can do like everything. They can do peaks, they can do like executes, they can do mid-round decisions, like playing for map control. They can do pretty much everything. And the thing is, when you want to try and copy some of the things that they do, it just never works out because their players are just insanely good at playing all the specific roles, you know. You just know that Flush is able to hold down something by himself as a terrorist and remaining map control of one half of the map single-handedly. Then you know that Crims as a CC can do those and those things as like holding passive positions, always getting two guys when they're trying to enter the bomb site. And those things is things that you want all of your players to be able to do, but you try to copy it and it just never works.
Right, yeah, I mean, these guys are pretty elite, and we are actually going to see a round potentially here for LGB, unless Crims is going to do a massive clutch with an AWP. I don't know if I've seen one of those from Crims before, but here we go. He's going to start working in on it. He's got himself one. There's the next frag from Crims. Pops off the head of Polly with the AWP, looking for the next angle on short. Will spot the player just for a moment, so at least he has that information, but the smoke is down, and there's plenty of time here for him to try to toy around with these players as they are playing it safe at this point and staying quite far back. This is really smart from them as Crims is going for these angles to try to get a fast frag. He gets a spot, but he won't get the frag himself, and it's going to be Jaken to pick that one up, and luckily they save it, but that was the first time we've seen the double orbs really pay off for LGB.
Yeah, for sure. And I was just talking nonsense about Fnatic while they actually got the first round. So
yeah.
So good job, LGB. I mean, okay, potentially get the last 3 rounds, make it 11-4, get the pistol on the terrorist half. Who knows, you know, but they really need these last 3 rounds, so they have something to work with.
Yep, absolutely, and it's hard for them to have to rely on Michael to just win duel after duel, because that's how they won the previous round. It was just a consistent just winning of AWP duels, and against Fnatic already, we can see how good they are at some of these situations, so it's not a reliable choice to go with, but here we go. We've got a new position there from Michael. He's a bit deeper into checkers. Going to be actually around just in the gap of the smoke, and he will pick up Flusher by doing so. Oh, actually, no. Flusher burns him down. I can't believe it. That is gutting for LGB.
It is. And once again, you see Fnatic just waiting out the time so good. What this actually gives him as well, other than Jaken picking up a kill, and it seems like Rain is not going to get the better of that guy. What I wanted to point out is that while time just goes, you see the CTs using kind of all of the grenades. So if you go for like a late push or something, the CTs won't have anything to counter it with.
Yeah, it's a 3-on-3 at least though for LGB. So perhaps this in this round they can adjust well. But we do have Pronax here by Toxic, and he's going to actually know that there's no one here at the A bomb site, but there's 2 players close, which he has spotted. And now both players, Olafmeister and Crims, they wanted to move that bomb up middle to connect with Pronax, but very well done by LGB. Again, winning some of these AWP duels and securing themselves a 2nd round.
Yeah, and Fnatic, even though losing these rounds, they can just buy again. They're probably going to be able to have a pretty decent buy in the next round as well, even though losing. And I think Fnatic is going to go for a different... You can see all of it now that they're going to go for a different approach, because LGB kind of figured out how Fnatic played and just got 2 kills, and now they're going to change up their playstyle.
Ooh, here we go, fast. Very fast push here in from Fnatic. They haven't shown this before, but the pace is so high. Rain is responding though. Quick 2 frags from him as we have 3 left now for Fnatic. They try to save the site, and it will be Flusher and Crims to do just that. They have an opportunity to get this bomb planted finally, but how are they going to pull it off here? We've got Michael Ellie very far away into the mid connector there with the AWP. Waiting, and that Molotov might delay the bomb plant even further now as Crims picks up Jachem. So there's a minute left to play with for Fnatic, so it's very smart to keep going for Jules here instead of going straight for the plant, and the trade is alive. And now Michael Ellie has to take down Crims, who is pushing back into middle, and Michael Ellie's going to hear it, gets the shot, Crims goes down, and that's one more round picked up by LGB, and Rain with a hero response on the A bomb site to give them a chance in that one.
And actually, it's way harder than it looks to get those 2 kills, because that call from Fnatic was close to perfect. You would say that, hey, isn't it stupid to just push through a smoke like that in main without any counter smokes or anything? But what it actually was a read. They knew that they were going to play heavy B and heavy mid, so Rain was all alone on the A-bomb side. So it was a great call by Pronax, and yeah, just pretty lucky in some way that the Rain got those 2 kills. And that I don't understand. You get like 3 rounds in a row by playing proper CS and just playing slow and chill, and then you have one guy pushing through a smoke in middle like that.
There are lots of different ways to get aggressive too, and that's one of the most risky ways to do it. It's the hardest to make it safe.
Yeah.
And you know, A main takes, B storage takes, or even just a quick peek down Squeaky. These are easier ways to get aggressive.
Exactly.
But we are going to see the riskiest of plays, and not the reward there for LGB. Is that Fnatic are going to use that kill to get themselves mid control. And Olofmeister able to take down Rubino is going to apply a lot of pressure in towards A now. But there's Jachem able to stop any push through connector. That's another frag from him as well. So evening things up now. Here we go. Fnatic, they will not be deterred from taking that B bomb site, as Pronax will secure it. But it's a 2-on-2.
Yeah, and actually, depending on Rain, everything is depending on Rain in this situation. I mean, if he's going to get the kill on Crims, they're going to win the round. In case he won't, it's lost because the crossfire is going to be too strong by the 2 other guys. So everything is on Rain right now.
All right, let's see if Rain can pull it off. There's the Angel, and he will take down Crims. And as you said, it was really, really key there, splitting them up, and 2 1-on-1s won by LGB. So finally we're seeing some rounds from them, but definitely Fnatic looked so much more consistent. And LGB are a T-sided team, but Fnatic is Fnatic.
Yeah,
they're
Fnatic
pretty
is
damn
Fnatic.
good.
And if you want to beat Fnatic, you need to be insanely good on both sides of the map. I mean,
yes, definitely.
And the thing is, if you want to be a T-sided team against Fnatic, good luck winning like so many rounds in a row with having those players on the lineup. I mean, tell me a game where Fnatic didn't have Pronax or Olofmeister, JW, just someone from the team getting a 4K suddenly. I mean, it just happens nearly every game that they have players getting those kind of kills. So, and actually, I want to kind of make a positive comment about Jachem. He seems to be very familiar with getting these multiple frag rounds where he gets like 3 or 4. And yeah, it's just great to have those kind of players who's just not trading kills if you want to be a good CT team.
We have an A retake opening for Fnatic here. They give up the A bomb site, so have a strong defense on B, but it is going to be that A retake scenario. Now LGB, they've got the plant, but it is a lot of time now to hold on to that one, as slowly but surely Fnatic are moving in. These grenades will wear away eventually. And here we go already. Fnatic looking to move closer and closer, and it will start to come in. Pronax now looking for that frag onto Forklift. Is going to pick it up there with the help of Olofmeister, and it's just on Rubino, but he is going to get eliminated as well. And look at that, that was almost way too easy. And the interesting thing to note as well is that LGB chose this map against Fnatic. They chose Cache as their home map, and usually LGB are, I mean, one of the awesome things about this format in the FACEIT League with the home and away map system is that teams like LGB that are very strategic and like to prepare for teams, they get a lot of time to actually do that, because you know the map, and when you're playing that team so far ahead of time, so you can really prepare. But it's possible they may have said, you know what, even if we prepare for Fnatic, maybe it's not going to go so well. Maybe we should spend more time preparing for a team that we really think that we can beat. So that could be part of it as well.
I mean, throwing something out, I have absolutely no idea if it's true, but I mean, they have Copenhagen games this weekend. I don't know if they would be thinking about saving NSGats.
Right.
It could be, could not be. I mean, it's very important for them to survive in this league as well, so maybe not. Great Molotov. One of the things, or actually not maybe, one of the things I want to point out though is that what I think when I think about LGB, like you say, and that they're very good strategical, is that they're actually, for me, famous for being one of the best teams at taking this A bomb site in general. I don't know if it was Sivas or whoever it was, but the way that they were entering the bomb site was just like extremely coordinated, and it just seems like they had everything under control when entering this A bomb site, and they've done it from all the way back to ESL Cologne. I think where they were playing, they were called Dignitas at the time on this map. and they're just doing it in a very good way. And I mean, when you play it this much and you get all these retake situations, you learn from them every time. So I was actually surprised to see them getting picked apart like the way they did in the pistol round against Fnatic.
I remember one particular round from Rain, I think it was a 4-kill onto the A-bomb site on Cash, which Tosspot was commentating. That was a gorgeous moment there from them, but that was in Zeva stays as well. But here we go, we're going to have an execute onto the A-bomb site. This is very telegraphed, and Fnatic have 2 players close to A main. They're going to push in. Oh no, this is the worst case scenario here for LGB as they're setting up for the push. Fnatic come in, and they're already getting the better of these trades, but LGB now finally wrapping around Squeaky. Rubino is going to be able to trade efficiently to bring it back to a 3-on-3, but Polly and Rain are weak. Fnatic know what's going on. They're already outside the bomb site, and the bomb's not even able to go down, and Fnatic, the perfect counter strat to that round.
That's a great move. I mean, they're entering A main so late, and Fnatic is just already in prime positions. It's just a great call by Fnatic. Maybe they knew what we knew with like LGB doing all these kind of heavy A takes, and I don't know. Even the UMP was just super strong in this situation.
There is actually a really interesting point about the A main takes on this map that I want to talk about, but we are going to have the pistol buy up here, so I want us just get some downtime for that one, as we are going to see potentially what could be another set play from them. We know that they have a lot of those in the bag, and that is a sick shot there on J-Chem. Wow, Olofmeister never knew what hit him, and Fnatic with quite a forward, aggressive setup here in B storage. This is really cool from them. Now, flash goes over, the smoke goes away. They are ready to pop out at the moment's notice and pick up these frags. In they go, Crims with the spray. He's got the support there as well, and he will go down. We are going to see LGB in a 4-on-3 now. And
we have one guy coming through the vents. They're not going to wait anything out. They're just going to smoke everything and go for the push. And Pronix is going to be key. He needs to draw attention for Flasher to be successful on the side.
Here we go, Rubino going to be able to take down Flusher straight away. That's really key. That Flusher wasn't able to get any frags or delay them. And that's going to be the bomb down and just JW left to go for the clutch. Fnatic are on 14 rounds though, so they've got lots of space to play with in this match. So they will not be worrying at all, but definitely a nice round from LGB.
For sure. And I mean, the Tech9s and the Deagles, they're not scared of dying with these weapons. They're just going to go hunting for JW, and they're going to get it. They're going to get the weapons. 5 to 14, they need to break the economy of Fnatic several of times to get even close now. And it seems like Fnatic has great money to even go for a buy in this one. So, yeah, Olofmeister with the AWP. Let's try and see how... Actually, Crims, I don't know if he's going to drop it for... Okay, he's not. Crims apparently playing AWP as well now. I mean, normally it's him and Pronex never playing it, but the approach from how they're going to play it is going to be interesting.
Oh, there we go. Quick run out into middle. No support for Michael Ellie there. Just trying to just pop flash himself out, but better position. And that's going to be the frag for Flusher. And your point about Crims AWPing reminds me of Snacks AWPing now for Virtus Pro. But here we go. Rubino going to spray down JW and Crims. Gets himself a 3rd kill. Pronax falls as well, and that's going to be the bomb down, but it's a 2-on-2 here as Flusher has picked himself up another one, and they are quite close once again. Looks like Fnatic always in position to deal with these retake situations. They always have so much time to work with when that bomb's planted, and now Olofmeister 1-on-1, AWP against AWP.
Who would you place your money on?
Olofmeister. I'm always going to place it on Olofmeister in this kind of a situation.
He has a Molotov though. He could Molotov the bomb in any second, and then it should be nearly GG.
So Polly, he's got the potential checkmate with that Molotov. But what's going on? Polly was scoped in, and Olofmeister somehow got through the blind spot to pick up an easy kill. He doesn't have the time, though.
I think he's doing the XD. No. The thing is, he pulled out the Molotov just in the exact same second when Olofmeister realized, I don't have time. So when he pulled out the Molotov and threw it, Olof was just in his face. It was just unlucky.
Excellent. So the checkmate with the Molotov, it's always nice to see. And it's really cool how we're seeing the Molotov game change. And Virtus Pro is so fun to watch with Molotovs. They're like they just get every little edge out of Molotovs. It's so fun to watch. And now we've got Olofmeister towards the bomb site with his AWPs. Excellent in that position. And otherwise, it's just pistols here for Fnatic. And LGB, they should know this. So they are going to know where the AWP is now. Now, does Olofmeister rotate or does he not?
Not a big fan, actually, of this specific move by Pronex, while it seems to be an A execute here.
Down now for Fnatic. Michael Elliott doing what Michael Elliott does, picking up those easy AWP kills. Well, easy for him at least. And Flusher now with the AWP. Now we've seen pretty much every single Fnatic player with the AWP now, apart from maybe Prodax.
Yeah.
So maybe hopefully we can see that in this match. But they're going to go for the challenges here, and Flush might be able to keep himself alive. Here they come. Oh, it's getting harder and harder. But there you go. 14-7.
The small point I wanted to make though is that when you finally, if you save an AWP and you have 4 guys on pistol, what you normally want is like to just be passive and just hope for them to go to the AWP or get your AWP to come to them, because if you give away the easy kills too early, there's no chance that your AWP is going to be able to get like those 3 or 4 kills. It needs to be like he gets a kill. Let's see the mid challenge here, it could be important. Ooh, counter boost coming in.
So JW wants to get himself some action here, and he's actually a little bit passive and will... Oh, Rubino's not going to know in time. And JW picks up the kill. Now, does he drop off or does he get greedy and go over the top here? It would be quite crazy to go over the top. He's going to just stay there, though. Oh, no, is he almost getting a second kill? Makalele wanted to challenge, and he goes down to 28 health. So these are M4s from Fnatic. They're very mobile with them, and it's really, really giving them lots of options.
And the interesting thing is, they don't have that much map control. You can see they left B. So in case Fnatic do push, they most likely won't. It should be a massacre, but Pronex is just extremely good at playing this position, and he gets 1.
And Olofmeister's left now. He's going to have some cavalry come in to support him. There it is. JW covers his back, and they don't really lose all that much ground. You can see that they can't get towards the back. But what was that? Was a jump shot with the AWP. Makalele going nuts. 3 more players. I don't know if they know where he is just yet. There's the flick. He might even have got an attack there. A Flusher, but there it is. Cribs will shut him down, and thank God, because I don't know if I can handle it.
No.
He's jump or flick, okay.
You could see him though searching for more flashy kills after, like just going for no scopes only. He kind of knew that the round was lost, so he was just like, you know what, let's get a highlight out of this, baby. Just try for the no scopes and the quick scopes, quick shots.
Do it.
MLG no scope, whatever, you know.
All right, so got ourselves a couple of Tech 9s in the mix here from LGB, and it's actually like a feasible strat on even when you have enough money to just not buy a case of 2 guys on Tech 9s, so they can be the guys running through the smoke first. That's actually like a legit strat, because it's better than the A case.
It's very viable. I mean, I don't even see it as a downgrade, because I prefer going for the Tech 9 grenades over the AK ammo.
It is, I agree with you, and we're going to see Crims now take down Makalele, who once again is out middle with no support, no flashes from teammates. LGB needs to tighten this up a little bit. The trade will come in onto Crims eventually from Rain, but they've lost a player on the other side of the map as we see this this play start.
Interesting by Pronex here, going for information in CT spawn. I think he's crashed, to be completely honest. So we might see a pause in case they lose this round. You see Pronex getting timed out. Flusher could do this though, sneaking through the smoke. Very cheeky. Very cheeky. They don't realize. Oh, there it comes.
Okay, now, oh, Olofmeister saw the barrel of the gun. Just edging back. He's surely got this one. There it is. Picks up the kill. Rain goes down. 2 more now for Olofmeister to try to clutch against him. Now, maybe this round he'll have a bit better luck, but Jacob has the Molotov. He's actually going to use that already, so that is fair enough, as now Olofmeister really doesn't have any time. So, smart use of Molotovs coming in once again from LGB, and will foil Olofmeister's retake attempt once again.
Yeah, 8-15, we see the pause coming in, so we're just going to have a short pause while waiting for Pronex to come back. It could be anything, it could be his internet, which just went off for a second or anything, but he should be back shortly, I think.
The fun thing, oh actually, I can make the point now, that I wanted to make earlier about A takes on this map. So a really long time ago, when we saw, I mentioned it before about the old style with Happy, when he had less skilled players, how it's very, very like set play oriented, loads of executes and strict play. We saw him use that a little bit at the start of the new Envious lineup when they were still LDLC, and it was something they kind of grew away from because it wasn't so consistent for them. But we saw a perfect kind of execute on A, and the way that they did it was that the old metagame was to always smoke off A main, and what this meant that then Happy was like, okay, everyone's smoking off A main, so we can have a faster set play that's less telegraphed if we just go behind the smoke and then throw the nades. And so it's a complete counterplay to that meta. Then meta had to change, and people were like, holy crap, we've got to stop doing this, because then people can just set play in really fast.
That's so true. And that's things you only notice if you're really into the game, you know, because that's so true. In Copenhagen Wolves, we had a strat as well. Like, if they smoke main, we can do this strat. And the most annoying thing is, if your strat caller, which in our team was Glaive, says, guys, let's do the A execute behind the smokes, and you just wait for the smoke to come, and it just never comes because, as you say, teams know that this is a viable strategy to do in these times, because if you do them from outside, it takes like 10 seconds to run into main and come out to the A side, so it gives like way faster rotations for the CTs. They have longer times to pull out their Molotovs, all these kind of things. So yeah, like that's how meta game changes all the times, as well as we see Banana. Some teams find out that it's really good just to go for like the mid smoke on Banana, and some wants the deep, some does the double Molotov, and some even plays it all the way back like the majority of the time. And we're being told that Devil Walk is just gonna come in to help out for these last rounds. Probably shouldn't affect them that much. I mean, you can see all of my on 27 kills, probably gonna make it 30 soon, and
the CT side as well. So they don't need. It's not as important to have the mid round caller, so they should be fine. And one thing actually is that in seeing this match, I thought that maybe there is like this third situation to the meta, because you have the smoke it and smoke off and not smoke. Sorry. Okay, let me do it again. So you can either smoke it or not smoke it. And originally we saw that Happy was always the man, just jump spotting from the back of the site safely. Now people know to look for that peak, so you have to do it from other ways, otherwise you get your head shot off by Kenny S. But maybe now you can try to bait teams into going for the set plays by smoking it off, then just having a delayed A main take or some stuff like we saw from Fnatic, because I saw that and I was like, hey, we never really saw teams doing that much through the smokes. So that's quite cool, and it's something I like. A main takes. I want to see more of those. Generally speaking,
it's really cool. And the thing is, that you kind of said, is that when you do these kind of plays, such as not smoking A main, it's also more scary for the terrorists, because these flash plays are coming in, and you're just like scared of an AWP sneaking into peak, and that is like that happens in a lot of these kind of wide choke points. I mean, in the smaller ones, you're not that scared of it because you have to hold a very small angle, but main is just very different, and people come running in on the flashes. It's very hard to be anti-flash in this A main as a terrorist. It just is, because people find the perfect flashbangs for the tiniest angles.
So now we're going to have that resume as well. So we're going to have to see if Fnatic can do okay with Devil Walk. I mean, in the past we saw them, Khan subbing in for them. That's why they didn't qualify to Star Series. Thanks, Khan. but we're gonna have
go treat him, guys. Blame him.
Oh dear. Okay, we're gonna have some trades coming in here, and already LGB are losing men. They've lost 2 for 1. That's not so good for them, but they are gonna get the bomb site here. But in comes Fnatic, and Flusher is pretty dangerous. That Deeg up there on the heaven area, just trying to use that ramp for some fine angles, but so far nothing's happening, and Polly's ready with that AWP, so this should in theory be completely fine for LGB. But Flusher gets himself a kill onto Rain, and that's going to allow them to push closer, but Rubido gets all of them, all 3 in a row, and that will save LGB, because otherwise they're probably losing that round, and that would be a horrible way to end this.
You could see it was a big misplay by LGB. You saw them going for these A smokes. Obviously, you would never go for that strategy if you knew that the opponent was in an eco round. I mean, why would you waste 4 smokes, Molotovs, and everything on entering the side that early without any information of possible stacks and so on? So that was a misplay by them. Luckily, they got in the end.
And Flusher gets himself a free one there through the smoke. So they're going again for these mid takes, and this time Michael is going over the top. He will get the 2 kills. So mid takes, I think LGB could work on that so far. We're having some. It doesn't look so clean, but JW, he knows where Michael is, and he's going to go for the drop, takes him down, and that's going to control things, because now they can't split into A, which they may have been looking for, or even for Michael to catch some rotations, but it's not going to be a threat anymore. Devil Walk here with the Famas gets immediately annihilated with the P250, but here comes JW with that M4, has to reload. What's going on? JW's alone at the moment as well, and he goes down to Polly there, and he's going to give some opportunities here, as Olafmeister once again finds himself in another situation here. First it was 1-on-1, then 1-on-2, and now 1-on-3.
Yeah, and it's nearly impossible. I mean, they're playing it clever. They're not going to go for stupid peaks, and they're just going to wait out the time, and then it's impossible to do it with an AWP unless you do something insane. And the thing to note as well is, I think, as you mentioned, JW might have forgotten to reload, or...
It looked like that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Since he came from middle, and... Because what did he shoot, like 10 bullets, and then that was it,
I mean, he could have got both of them if he just stayed spraying, but I think he forgot to reload, so he had to fall back, and that kind of cost him the round.
That's so weird to see a forget to reload situation in a pro level match, I must say, but never mind.
It happens
Maybe he did the reload and then the quick switch, and then it didn't work, but he didn't register that it didn't work. That must have been it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing when rotating from bump sides, you don't look that much on your ammo. You look at what is your teammate's position. How could I help them with possible grenades that I have? And I mean, you can see the dots of the red dots of the opponents, how they position themselves, which is going to give you a great insight in how you should enter the bump side.
And clean this time from LGB, but Fnatic looking for some exits, do some damage potentially. Well, not even really some exits, but they know they're being hunted here. And I love this like little crossfire there between olofmeister and Crimson. Ooh, I swear, olofmeister, he was so close to getting that one, but not quite fast enough. And Crimson's gonna go down to JKM, and 15 to 11, and actually
Hashtag comeback is real.
It's a little bit scary, isn't it?
I think it's kind of scary because Fnatic losing this round, they will have a pretty poor economy after. I mean, they could probably force up, but I mean, they want to get decent buys as well. And I don't know, it is getting kind of scary at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, LGB are a T-sided team. This is actually where they're confident. They're very used to having bad CT sides, but here we go. Mid take coming in again. This time it looked a little bit better on the execute, but still not enough bodies behind this mid take. They're not putting enough resources behind it. And Fnatic with that fast timing into middle at the start of the round are going to be able to defend it. And that's a 4-on-2 now. JW picks up Reyna. So it's one player left now for Poly, and 2 orbs on Fnatic so far, looking to be doing them quite some favors.
I mean, he totally tricked them, but I don't think he knows himself. Okay, he kind of had a feeling, but I think that we lost all kind of Norwegian's friends now. We jinxed it. We jinxed it. We talked about the comeback, and we just jinxed it big time.
Sorry, guys.